Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be ranking 5 eyeshadow palettes that are new to me, not necessarily new on the market, but I did the ranking all of my eyeshadow palettes video back in June, and in the last 3 months since I did that video, I have purchased these 5 palettes. So I thought that I would rank them for you. So if you're interested, I'll link my ranking eyeshadow palettes video, and I did also rank my highlighters. I'll link that as well. I do plan to rank the rest of my collection, but I just have not gotten around to it, so let's get into it. Number 5, and sadly my least favorite out of the 5 that I've purchased, is the Naked Reloaded. And I've previously said that I thought the Urban Decay formula was overrated. I think this is better than their older formula. I mostly ended up getting this at the VIB sale last minute because I started to have nostalgia over the initial Urban Decay Naked palette, which was one of my favorite palettes for many years. And I do like this one. You've seen it a million times. It is mostly neutrals. People have compared this to the Sultry palette, which I do own, and I can tell you that they may look similar, but the Sultry is very cool toned, including the coral shade, and that one is very pink cool toned, where this one is very warm and pulls almost orange. This is a really pretty palette, and I like the neutral color story. My issue with it is that sometimes the shimmers muddy up and they don't look as pretty and metallic as I would like them to. The mattes are really good, soft and blendable, but yeah, some of these shimmers just end up look a little muddy on the eyes. So let me just show you some swatches, even though I'm sure you've seen this palette, you know, a million times. Here are 3 of the shades, and they look perfectly fine and pretty. I will just say though that when you put these shimmers on the eye, they don't even look quite this nice. Even here, I mean, they're not super metallic, and Urban Decay is known for having not that metallic of a formula, at least not always. They do tend to vary from my experience. So bottom line, I like this palette. I think it is a lovely neutral color story, and I even think it's better quality than the original Naked palettes, which I used to own, but the quality is not as good as some of these others. The rest of these palettes, I will say I do really like them, and it was hard to rank. So next up, number 4 is the Essence Good Day Sydney palette. This is only $10, and I had an Ulta coupon, so I only even paid $8 for this. And I haven't heard that many people talk about it, but it's a gorgeous color story. These metallic shades here, blue and the green and this burgundy, are so nice, and even the quality of the mattes is really good. Really, my only complaint is that I wish they had done more with this row here. I mean, these 2 shades are essentially the same, like really light bone colors and this cream shade. So I just think that they could have done more with this color selection, but the quality is fantastic. Let me show you swatches. So look at those metallics. They are really nice and they go really well on the eye. That's one of the mattes. It's all really, really good quality. I'm so impressed with such an inexpensive palette. I mean, $10 plus you could use coupons, get it for even cheaper. I think it's great. I just think this here is like way too repetitive. They should have put something else a bit more interesting there. Okay, time for spot number 3, and this kind of surprises me, but the Natasha Nona Metropolis palette. You've heard a lot about this. This is the only palette I'm talking about that's even a new release. I did do a whole review and swatches video for you, so I will link that. I do really enjoy this. I think it is really high quality. The formulas are amazing. There's a ton of different formulas in here. These blend like a dream. They're really, really nice. The only reason that I am ranking it at number 3 and not higher is because I don't think it's that unique of a color story. Warm browns are extremely common these days, and unfortunately some of the shades in this palette tend to repeat themselves. Some of these oranges here, they all look the same on the eye. So I think at $129 you're getting extremely high quality eyeshadow, but you're not getting the most unique colors, and some of them even dupe themselves within the palettes. So check out my review for further details, but I like it, but I'm just not sure $129 is quite worth it. All right, so number 2 is the Milani Bold Obsessions. These palettes are about $15. I bought this at Target and it is really, really gorgeous. It's a neutral palette, so again, it's really not that unique. You've got the burgundy, the orange, you've got this grayish silver blue there. And I heard a lot about these when they first came out. They have several in this line, and I heard that the formula was amazing. And it's true. This performs like a $50 eyeshadow palette. It is so nice. And sadly enough, some of the colors are actually similar to the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded. I think this is higher quality than that palette, and it's a third of the price, almost. This is such a good palette. Let me show you some swatches. I swatched 2 metallics and a matte here for you. Look how metallic these are. It's crazy, and they blend so easily. The shimmer shade on my lid today is from this palette, and also the black. Oh, and the light browns in my crease are from that Essence palette. I kind of just combined a few. But yeah, really nice quality. I mean, if you like neutrals, obviously this is great for you. This is not the most unique colors you've ever seen, but the quality is blowing me away, and I think it's really nice. I do like that there are some more cool toned shades, just because I feel like so many palettes nowadays are very warm, like the Metropolis palette, which there's nothing wrong with that, but anyway, this is very, very good, and I love it. Alrighty, so we are at spot number 1 for the 5 new palettes in my collection, and it goes to this Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I cannot believe this. And out of all of these, I didn't even pay for it. I got it with Ulta points. And this palette has been on sale a lot. And it's crazy good. I don't know if it's so strange because that Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette is not as good of a formula. I would say the mattes are equally good in this palette and the Reloaded, but the metallics are way better in this palette. They are smoother, they are less chunky, they go on the lid more easily, and this color story is very beautiful. You have a combination of neutrals with colors, which is kind of my style, what I prefer. I mean, this is not like a neon rainbow palette. If you want that, then, you know, this isn't it. But I think you can do a ton of looks. The quality is fantastic. And yeah, I just really like it. Let me show you a few swatches. And I do actually have a get ready with me video using this. So yeah, these metallics are smooth and buttery like the ones in the Milani palette. They're not clumpy, they're not chunky, they're not muddy looking. There's one of the mattes, very, very nice quality. Yeah, this palette is fantastic. Alrighty, so that is it for this video. I just ranked my 5 newest palettes. It's really hard for me to believe that the $129 palette is kind of in the middle, and it's not even my favorite out of the ones that I've purchased. So clearly I've bought enough palettes for a while. I do really like all of these. The Reloaded is the only one where I would say the formula is so-so. The rest are quite good, so let me know what you think. Do you have any of these palettes? And thank you for watching.